If you're watching this, it's either you're broke or you're new to Vesteria and you want to start making money but just don't know how. Well, in this video, I will show you the two most sustainable way of making silver in Vesteria. To clear things up, this won't be the best way to make huge amounts of money because that method will always be market flipping, which is not always really a viable option for everyone. Not everyone has knowledge on the flow of the market, and not everyone are just available to AFK and Nilgar waiting for their items to sell. And when you plan on starting to market flip, you're gonna have to need at least an inventory of valuable items. And since you're watching this video, you probably don't have one. So the pit, an area deeper than the Nilgaf sewers. In this area, there's gonna be two mobs that you're gonna want to farm. First off, slimes. Slimes have three variants, with one being weaker than the other. All three variants have the same loot table with the same drop chances, which has low drop chances but 10 possible drops. Now, these drops alone can be vendored ranging from 320 silver to 620 silver. Now, the pit is also the home of the boss, Possum the Devourer. Now, this boss alone gives you 300 silver upon killing it. Other than that, this boss has 11 possible drops in its loot table, with mostly only 3 of them being on demand or being valuable. And also, lastly, as long as you do enough DPS or damage on this boss, it can regularly drop curse scrolls. Now, the Whispering Dunes. It's a pretty common method of farming silver in Vesteria, and I can say it's pretty sustainable as long as you have good gear and decent DPS. Farming silver in dunes is also pretty simple. The dunes is the home of 4 mini bosses, but only 3 of them will be in your main focus. These 3 bosses spawn in an interval with a 15-minute gap. These 3 bosses also follow a rotation, starting with the Kofiti, Azariah, and Sarakis. Azariah drops edges, which you can vendor for 450 silver or sell to players for 1 gold. Now, let's head to Akofiti. To get to Akofiti's tower, just follow this path. Now, Akofiti has this one strong knockback move, though I don't know the name as it's not available in the wiki, but it's very easy to counter. Now, there's 2 ways to go around this, for melees and for ranged. If you're a melee, just go through the soul and you can melee down Akofiti. You can also use your bow, especially if you're an end ranger or a spell slinger, to just bow down Akofiti. Now, if this hole is not available or somebody's already in it and you're ranged, you can just go down the tower and aim at Akofiti's foot, especially if you're a spell slinger or an end ranger, or a mage as well, with huge AoE so you can hit down Akofiti right in this spot. Akofiti drops a bow called the Ballista, which has no demand as there are better bows in the market for hunters, so you could just vendor it for 450 silver. Now, lastly is Sarakis, which is right just down this hole near the Azariah's camp. Now, unlike the 2 other bosses, this boss doesn't drop a weapon with a good value. Now, as you've noticed, all these 3 bosses drop a item called the Crystal Beetle, which is the currency of the dunes. Now, these beetles can be spent on a shop specifically in the dunes called the Hermit's Cave. Now, this shop sells curse scrolls like curse defenses and curse attacks and a holy scroll for crystal beetles. You will mostly want to buy cursed attacks and holy scrolls from this shop as they are the most valuable. Other than that, these bosses also drop curse scrolls and ancient stat scrolls, which can be sold depending on their market value. And my final tip would be, farm depending on your class. If you're a huge AoE class, such as warlocks or sorcerers, you should farm the pit. And if your class is good for boss killing, such as assassins, rangers, and berserkers, you should farm the dunes. And that's all for this video. And also, don't strain yourself. You shouldn't always just farm gold or money in Vesteria. You shouldn't just chase money. You should also try to enjoy the game, unlike some guy I know.